take action against politicians spreading hate using their addresses. Sharon Nyekundi with more.
Nani yangu sikuiba.
The certificate is to certify that
Leading the certification ceremony for more than 120 youths at Kemu University, the Director General of Public Prosecution, Yudin Haj, called on young people to change and become a source of peace and security for the community.
Ningependa kuambia vijana wao ndio yafaa kuacha wao katikati. Wasikubali wao kuacha katikati. Waache wao wanasiasa katikati, ikiwa atakuwa ni mwanasiasa wa kuwachochea na kuleta chuki au vita dhidi yao na wananchi ama baina yao. Wasikubali. Watumie zile miradi watakaopewa, lakini waitumie kujinufaisha na kunufaisha jamii zao.
Haji urged the residents and the media to be prepared to give evidence when need arises.
Changamoto tunionao ni kwamba inachukua muda na mara mingi watu hawataki kutoa ushahidi. Hiyo ndo kwanza changamoto kubwa sana. Wale wananchi walioko pale hawataki kutoa ushahidi. Na pia nyinyi watu wa vyombo vya habari hamutaki pia kuja kuleta ushahidi. Mara nyingi ni nyinyi ndio mnairekodi na mnapata ile ushahidi. Kwa hivyo nataka kuwahimiza nyinyi kama reporters na journalist, muwe usombele kutusaidia sisi ili tulete nidhamu kwa nchi.
However, he added that they, as the Public Prosecution Office, have been able to train women to provide services in cases of violence against their fellow women.
And gender-based violence, ambayo ina include mambo ya wanasiasa pia wa kike na hata wanahabari wa kike. Na kwa hakika kama ODPP tumeweka mikakati kadha na tumeweza kuwatrain wanawake wanaosimamia mashtaka katika ODPP ili kuweza kuwapatia advice na huduma pia.
According to Hussein Khalid, an executive director of the Human Rights Organization Africa, he said that they will continue to work with the offices of the public prosecutor to provide training and projects for young people.
Kwanza kabisa ni kuhakikisha hawarudi katika ile hali yao iliyokuwa ya awali. Kwa sababu pale awali walikuwa mitaani tu, maskani, wakitumia madawa ya kulevya na mambo kama hayo. Ya juhudi hii ya kuanzishia miradi ni kuwatoa katika ile cycle, ili watoke katika ule uzoefu walionao waanze mambo mapya. Kwa hivyo hii ni kuleta hiyo tofauti.
Reporting for Boss TV, I'm Sharon Nyekundi.
Now out from hate speech, let's look at what is happening in line with the health situation, and doctors and other medics who deal with gyno treatments and checkups will now use modern ways of doing their duties after they received training on how to use and go about with the new modernized gadgets. Brenda Okello was part of today's session during that training, and she has filed this following report.
Stakeholders in the health sector, especially gynecologists, have held a 5-day conference in Mombasa that will end tomorrow, which aims to bring about a better way for doctors to care for patients and prevent themselves from being infected.
There have been some courses which have been organized and which we have had a lot of participation. For example, we have been teaching our participants, we've been teaching our members about how to use ultrasound in obstetrics and gynecology. We have had training in what we call minimal invasive surgery, that is laparoscopic surgery. We have had training in gyne-oncology, that is cancer, how to operate in oncology, that is cancer of women, and so on. We've had a good number of participation. For example, in the obstetric ultrasound, we have trained 28 of our members.
Speaking to the press, the president of the Kenyan Obstetrical and Gynecologist Society, Dr. Emmanuel Kereke, said that they are training these doctors on how to use modern methods and technologies to treat their patients.
The theme of our Congress this year has been about accelerating use of telemedicine and what are the challenges and the opportunities. Opportunities are many because, as we can see, COVID-19 has taught us a lot, that with the fear of patients coming to hospital, with the fear of doctors also, getting infected by other people and even from the patients themselves, we have started using what we call telemedicine, where we can actually access patients and patients can access our services through the media, through the internet.
In addition, Dr. Benjamin Eli said that there is a shortage of gynecologists as colleges that provide medical training do not pay much attention to this sector.
We have got many medical schools that are training doctors at the undergraduate level, and we must have mechanisms to ensure that all these ones are absorbed. But it's just like a pyramid. You have got many people at the base, but as you go up the apex, you have got fewer and fewer people. And with regards to super specialists, in this case gynecologic oncologists, we have now expanded training for gynecologic oncologists.
Reporting for Boss, Amokelo Brenda.
The government is partnering with the popular Sacco investment alliances in achieving affordable housing project. This is at least according to the Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i, who was speaking at Police Sacco members meeting, where he also hinted on the government's intention to use money invested in various Saccos to highlight the public interest in commercial projects and the construction of police headquarters. Take a look.
The issue of police interest has grown into a chronic problem for the department, which is said to be emerging due to financial difficulties on a large scale. Most of security officers end up being financially unstable and some suffering from mental stress.
Some of the challenges we are facing with our young police officers, all this trouble that we are seeing around, some of our young people taking their lives, challenges that are coming between our young couples and so on, half of them are related to financially related problems, and everybody talks about, the salary is not enough and so on. There will never be enough money for someone who doesn't know how to manage their money, period.
For years now, the police department has been witnessing changes, including those that reflect their personal interest. With the resignation of members of the Police Sacco Investment Union, Minister Matiang'i said that every officer must invest as the money will be used for their own benefit.
It's projected that this year, you are going to grow your savings to about 50 billion shillings. Why should we go to borrow elsewhere? And why should we go to look for partners from other places to work with, when all we are looking for is probably about 20 billion to do a huge housing project that is going to help all of us. The money is with you, and we should then make use of these resources and this opportunity to improve your welfare, as it were, and the lives of our police officers across the country.
According to Fred Matiang'i, the government will spend money invested in SACCOs and the budget of National Treasury in the construction of police houses. The issue of police salaries, according to Minister Matiang'i, arises because most police officers lack training on how to spend money.
I think now we should inculcate financial management as a critical component of the training for police officers. Then you check into Kiganjo. One of the courses, other than the drill, the law, and all that, should be financial management.
At the event, Inspector General of Police Hilary Mutyambai said that it was time to change the look of the police on the whole issue of salaries.
We can save our own money, and we can borrow our own money, and we do our own project.
The interest of the police remain a major challenge for the government. Despite the changes being implemented to switch the image is still a problem, but if the equal investment efforts of the police officers are considered, then it might be a relief. Reporting for Boss TV News, my name is Miriam Diti.
Traders of Kongoya Market in Mombasa County have joined together to officially launch a SACCO which will assist them in saving funds that can assist them also in improvement of their financial income in the near future. Anita Auma with more.
While the lack of funds to invest and start a business is a big blow to many traders, traders in Kongoya market have teamed up to launch a SACCO, which aims to help them secure loans at low interest rates.
Ni SACCO ya wafanyabiashara wadogo ambao wamepitia changamoto za kupata fedha za kufanyia biashara. Ndio tukakuja na hiyo idea kutengeneza financial institution ambayo ni SACCO iweze kuainiwa kibiashara katika mikopo midogo katika riba ambazo ziko friendly na wafanya biashara.
According to Bernard Mbaya, who is the chairman of the Kongoya Market Traders SACCO, the aim of the SACCO is to be able to provide solution and guidance to the problem that the traders face.
Lina zaidi ya wafanya biashara 10,000 na hapa kwa siku kuna circulation ya karibu 35 million. Lakini hatujawahi tengeza entity ambayo inatufaa sisi na zile shida zetu. Cause lazima utengeze kitu ambacho kinakusutu wewe. Tuna mabanks zimetuzunguka na SACCO kutoka zingine nje. Lakini itakuwa ni vibaya kama viongozi wa soko tukose kuonyesha ndugu zetu na wafanya biashara wenzetu direction ambayo itakomboa katika kupata financial assistance.
He has also encouraged all traders to join the SACCO as its payment cost is low and there is no discrimination.
Imekuwa safari ndefu na hatutaki kuacha kila mtu. Hata yule mfanyabiashara wa chini awe na nafasi ya kuingia katika SACCO, maana malipo pia ni friendly. Kwa mfano tunasema registration 500 tu na monthly contribution ni 200. Hiyo inakava kila aina ya mfanyabiashara ndani ya soko. Yule tajiri atekeza kulingana na uwezo wake na yule wa chini pia hatatengwa.
The SACCO currently has 200 members and they are expecting the number to increase to 5,000 in the next 3 months.
Around kama 300-400. In next 3 months tunatarajia kama tuwe na members not less than 5,000. Na we'll roll out a very aggressive campaign kuhamasisha na convince watu wetu waingie katika hiyo SACCO.
For Boss TV, I'm Anita Auma.
Right, good stuff there from Anita Auma on matters about United and formation of SACCOs. Now, coming back to another interesting matter here, the Kenya Bureau of Standards, that is KEBS, has reiterated its effort in the war against counterfeit products. In its meeting with stakeholders today, KEBS Mombasa Branch Director Charles Msee has acknowledged the many strides and the efforts have been taken, given out that manufacturers also have aided into this fight. Take a look.
Basically, we wanted to tell the CEOs and the services which we offer to the factories around and also the service industry. And we've told them as a region we do have quality assurance services, we do have metrology services, we do have testing services, and we also support certification services in terms of quality management systems, and also training the industry through our National Quality Institute. Today's function is really a milestone in trying to sell especially the Diamond Mark, which is our mark of excellence. It's our premium mark, and together with the standardization mark, then we are trying to tell our manufacturers to go for the Diamond Mark, which is a premium mark, which shows that a manufacturing entity has consistently confirmed with the requirements and the processes which satisfy the award of that mark.
Meeting with our stakeholders, the CEOs from various companies, with the focus of strengthening our collaboration, improving the quality of products that we manufacture in this country, specifically as we move towards the African continental free trade area. So we improve our products so that we are placed in a better advantage. Also, we shared a number of things on what KEBS, the initiatives that KEBS is doing to make our country very, very competitive as a destination for investment in manufacturing. Because the focus is on improving our quality infrastructure so that there's
Now crossing over all the way to Naivasha, and Naivasha Hotels Owners Union have complained over the Commission's action to access the salaries and benefits of public servants to give Nakuru city status, despite despite Naivasha having 80% of hotels and leisure places in the country. The owners now say SRC has failed to review the standards of the daily benefits for the public servants. Let's listen in.
According to Kimani Gitau, the chairperson Naivasha Tourism Association, the move became discriminatory as it has locked out Naivasha of the privileges, hence being surprised by the SRC's tools to monitor daily allowances.
So most of the people who attend meetings are given allowances, what we call the night out or per diem. And the highest in a city, in the highest category is 22,000 per day if you're in a city. If you're in Tier 2, it is 18,000. So there's a difference of 4,000 in between a city and a county headquarter where Naivasha has been placed. So what are we doing to the investment here in Naivasha? Is we are killing the investment. Naivasha, Gilgil, and Nakuru are joined at the hip. None can survive without the other. That's why we need SRC to reconsider, and more so because this thing was done without public participation. They should have involved the public to know the impact of that downgrade.
A member of Tandaza Africa Charity Githinji said the move will give hotel workers in Nakuru an advantage over their Naivasha counterparts due to the revised standards.
Requesting the government, we are requesting everyone to come on board and ensure that this destination survives, because loss of business also means loss of employment. The hotel industry provides a livelihood for a lot of people, and the minute we see that our livelihoods are in danger, then we come out clearly and say we need assistance here to be upgraded back to Tier 1.
In addition, Mwangi said the industry is still recovering from COVID-19 disaster, so new daily allowances would be appropriate. Earlier, a government agency provided new daily substance allowances for domestic transport in Nakuru after being elevated to become a city.
We feel that the government made a commitment to us as investors in Naivasha, and it is wrong for the government to renege on the promises they've made to the people of Naivasha. We believe that our government will mend this up.
Victoria Ndoro, Boss TV.
Now from Naivasha, let's get to Kwale County, especially in Kinango and Lungalunga constituency. There's something happening in relation to the devastating situation as far as drought is concerned. And as a way to mitigate the effects of drought and cautioning families against getting carried away by the raging droughts, the national government has begun a process of giving 5,000 shillings to 1,000 families in Lungalunga and Kinango in Kwale County, while 500 families are benefiting from selling their livestock to the Kenyan Meat Commission. Clifford Mark with more.
1,000 families are given 5,000 shillings monthly in the arid area of Kinango and Lungalunga, while 500 families benefit by selling their livestock and getting meat in exchange through the project. According to the Red Cross, 100,000 residents in Kinango have been affected by drought and at least 5,000 livestock destroyed. Red Cross coordinator Mohammed Henzi aims to alleviate the suffering of families affected by the drought, while Deputy Assistant Commissioner in Kasemeni Division, Peter Sironga, has urged pastoralists to sell their livestock before incurring losses due to the dry season.
Kwanza kuna short rain ama mvua za vuli ambazo zilikuja kuchelewa, ambazo zilikuwa zinatarajiwa kunyesha mwezi wa 10. Lakini Kwale County hususan huko Kinango, hizo mvua zilinyesha mwezi wa 12 na zikaisha huo mwezi wa 12.
Kwa sasa
siku hizi hauwezi tegemea mvua sana. Kwa hivyo usifuge mbuzi ama ng'ombe nyingi. Kama umepata mtu wa kuuzia, uza hizo mbuzi, tafuta maisha mbadala ambaye inaweza kubaliana na hali ya kisasa ambaye tuko.
A pastoralist in the Kinango area said that the famine was dire and the project would help them greatly, while another resident stated that the government and other agencies should intervene and help Kenyans suffering from severe hunger and malnutrition of livestock.
Na hali ya ukame hapa Kilbasi huwa ni ngumu zaidi. Mtu kama lisho tunakula kwa siku moja kwa kutu. Kwa hivyo mradi huu umetusaidia, tumepata nyama. Tunaomba kama kuna miradi mingine huko mbele tusaidike zaidi watu wa Kilbasi.
Na hakika kwa kusema ule ukweli, kwa sasa tuko na kama misimu mitatu mtaolia ambayo hatujapata mavuno, so hali zimekuwa ngumu zaidi. Tunashukuru huu mradi wa Red Cross wametusaidia kutupea hii chakula, tunashukuru. Tunashukuru pia kuna baadhi wamewasaidia kuwafadhili na pesa, hivyo tunashukuru, tunaona wakitusaidia.
Cliff Mark, Boss TV.
Right, thank you so much, Clifford Mark, with that report from Kwale County. And now let's look at what is happening in the world of sports. And Kenya's Rugby 15s has kicked off their preparations for the World Cup qualifiers this morning. And Kenya Rugby Union Grounds was the host. 1 week after the conclusion of the Kenyan Cup, Simba's head coach Paul Odera has included some of the experienced players in the squad to help his charges to qualify for the 2023 Rugby World Cup. John Vincent with more.
One man who knows what it takes to succeed on the Sevens circuit is William Backer.
The Rugby Africa Cup 2022, which doubles as the final round of the Rugby World Cup 2023 qualifying for the teams on the continent, will take place in France from July 1st to 10th of this year. Mwamba RFC and Kenya Sevens veteran Collins Injera headlines the provisional squad, which also includes veterans Samuel Oliech, Oscar Ouma, Billy Odhiambo, and William Backer, with Odera confident that the experience will help them qualify for the World Cup in 2023. John Vincent, Boss TV.
Right, out from matters about rugby, let's look at also the